somebody, and then he was made not, him and 400 men. So go ahead and get carnal when Esau come in. Go ahead, man. But while you niggas are getting carnal, we gonna be praying to YAHAWASHI to get us out of this situation.
That's right. This Acts 9:6. And he trembling and astonished said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told thee what thou must do.
Right, you see that? He said, go into the city and it's going to be told to you what's going to be done. So basically, he didn't send him on a blank mission. He said, look, just go here. The Lord give you instructions, man. It just if you in the spirit to take heed of it or not. And sometimes you got to learn and fall a couple times before you get the message, man. Sometimes the Lord puts you through certain situations for you to fall so you can get the message. Because, yeah, we beat ourselves up all the time. Damn, why didn't I catch it? Why didn't I catch it? Well, it wasn't meant for you to catch it. But if you got it eventually, then, hey, you got it. You know?
Yeah, some lessons take longer to learn than others.
Yeah, some lessons you got to get your ass whipped, man. Hey, what my parents say, a hard head makes a soft ass, man. You know?
This Acts 9:7. And the men journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man. And Saul arose from the earth, and when his eyes were opened, he saw no man. But they led him by hand and brought him into Damascus, and he was 3 days without sight, and neither did eat nor drink.
Right, so he was blinded. You know, the Lord smit him with blindness. Because why it was symbolic? Because he was basically blinded to the truth when they was trying to told to him about the life of YAHAWASHI. You know, he was too gung-ho on 100% of the scriptures. There's nothing wrong with being fervent in the truth. But he was blinded to the obvious signs that YAHAWASHI was in the flesh and was who he said he was.
That's a spirit.
So the Lord smote him with blindness for 3 days. He had to sit there and think about it. Not only did he get to see the presence of YAHAWASHI, now his sight gone. So now you get to see total darkness and dwell on all the shit you've been doing.
You see that 3 days is spiritual too, because hey, didn't he say that the third day I should raise thee up? And on top of that, Jonah was in the belly of the whale 3 days and 3 nights. Same thing with YAHAWASHI. The Son of Man was in the earth 3 days and 3 nights.
Yeah, scriptures is deep, man.
Yeah, so you look at those different manifolds of the scriptures, it breaks it down. On top of that, Paul, and you made an excellent point, Paul said that, look, I was a Pharisee of the Pharisees. So that means that he was strictly about that office. So the Pharisees, they didn't believe in YAHAWASHI. Right. They had the office already set up. Because remember, the Pharisees, they sat in the seat of Moses. Right. They thought they had it. So when he said I was a Pharisee of the Pharisees, Paul came in that mindset. He was slaying the followers of the men of the Lord, not realizing he was going against the pricks. That's why the Lord said you kick against the pricks. Because it wasn't necessarily that Paul was being wicked, he was just so fervent in that lot. Right. Because if he was just being wicked and his intentions wasn't right, then the Lord could have just killed him. But Paul had good intention on what he was doing. Right. He just felt like, man, I'm coming to slay this false doctrine, man. Right. Get it out of here. But he didn't understand the concept, like you said, of YAHAWASHI being the Savior, man. Because he was under that mindset of a Pharisee. Right. Like who was Paul? I'm gonna ask you, who was Paul's teacher?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? Yeah, who was Paul's teacher?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You knew the Pharisee?
Yeah. His name was Gladamel.
What's his name?
Gladamel, yeah. He was a teacher. He was a teacher of the law. Paul was basically an understudy to him. Right. Because if you read in Acts the 5th chapter, when they had what was it Peter and John, when they had him bound out of prison, he said, look, if y'all teaching his name again, we're gonna put y'all to death. But he said no. He said, look, if this word be of the Most High, then you find yourself boxing against the Most High. But if it's of men, it's gonna come to
cannot overthrow it.
Yeah. So he said, lead these men be. If they real men of the Lord, then the Lord he did good. But if they not men of the Lord, then they gonna overdo him. Fuck them. Don't worry about it.
Right.
And Gladamel wasn't necessarily wicked either, because he understood when it's discerned through the Spirit. He's like, well, these are the men of the Lord. It just they didn't know that.
Right. This is another good analogy. It's like compare Paul or Saul at that time as being like a special forces or an agent or something like that, giving orders to go assassinate somebody. Don't ask questions, go kill the target. So that's how fervent Saul was for the truth. And when it came to what was going on, is that somebody's walking this earth that's claiming to be the Most High Son. Hey, I'm not asking no questions. I'm going to take them out.
See, Paul had to come on a level too. He couldn't come on a higher level until the Lord rebuked him. That's why when the Lord blinded him 3 days, that's why I said the third day I will raise thee up. Even that's talking about us getting the kingdom. But he couldn't come on a level and be an apostle to the Gentiles unless he went through that type of hell. Because remember, YAHAWASHI dealt with him personally. He came in personally and dealt with him.
God.
So for you niggas to take away from Paul, you're going off, man.
God.
Because majority of the New Testament, give or take, was written by Paul, man. I mean, yeah, you got Mark, Luke, John, you got Peter, they wrote books. All the men of the Lord wrote the books. But Paul had a good portion of the New Testament. He was the one that the Lord sent to the Gentiles. So my thing is this: if y'all disannulling the writings of Paul, then that means that y'all don't believe in the scattered Israelites. The confusion of face.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous place
That's a
to be.
thing, because that's part of the what it tells you. That's part of the dark sayings. That's part of the mystery of the Gentile.
Mystery of the Gentile, yeah.
And my thing is this: so sooner or later, are y'all gonna start saying that all Israelites are black people?
Ain't no telling with these guys.
Right.
Man, bro, it's a scary thing. Scripture says it's a scary thing
Yeah.
to fall into the hands of the Most High.
The
man.
oil is leaking with these men.
Leaking hard.
You want to finish that off, bro?
Yeah, this is Acts 9 and 10. And there was a certain disciple at Damascus, and that's where they traveling to. And there was a certain disciple at Damascus named Ananias,
That's the point coming up. Yeah, bro.
and to him said the Lord in a vision, Ananias. And he said, Behold, I am here, Lord. And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the street which is called Straight, and inquire in the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus, for behold, he prayeth, and hath seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him that he may receive his sight.
So you see how the Lord already set it up?
In the spirit.
He already set it up to work, man.
the
So
spirit.
our way out of here, our standard is already set up.
Right.
Don't worry about the details, nigga. Just know I got you.
That's
know when
beautiful.
the businessman say, look, don't worry about the details. It's already taken care of.
Yeah.
You just be there.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
everything come together.
That's right. Because when the Lord say go, go.
That's a standard right there.
You know? So in this case, it was YAHAWASHI himself came to him in a vision. But in some cases, you're going to have an angel that's going to come to you and say, give you directions. All you got to do is follow those directions. It may be your direction to go save your brother out of the FEMA camp. He's just telling you to go to this place. You don't know where you're going. It's Jacob's trouble. Everything's all destruction, crumble everywhere. You go to a certain spot at a specific time, and you're there to perform an act, and you might be there to save a brother, man. You never know. In this case, Paul's sight got saved, and he got right. And ever since then, hey, he was one of the most strongest disciples, man.
That's why the Lord said that the Most High direct thy steps. The steps
That's
are
right.
already directed. So when you try to go above the standard and say, well, you're going to do this and that, the Lord already have it planned out. You just don't know what it is. You just got to hopefully see the signs to follow.
That's right. And that's beautiful, though, the way the spirit correlated with Ananias already being there. So, as you mentioned, Jacob's trouble, it could be a time where people have visions of you and you.
When we went to Chicago, it was already set up.
Yeah, Carl.
Sure, it was already set up with the spirit.
That's a correlation.
The old campground we booked
Bro,
that night was set up
Yeah.
too.
All the camps, we had like 5 different camps there. It was 5 different camps there.
Oh, you
What are
talking
the
about
chan-
last year?
Yeah, when we went. What are
This
the
year
chances
too.
Yeah. But what are the chances that all them brothers came out there the time we all came out there, man?
Yeah.
And then that happened. That was already set up through the spirit. It was set up for us to go through what we went through, catch the hell we caught just to see that, to boost our faiths.
Spirit. And even this year, you kind of popped up and just went to Chicago
I
that
said, I'm
weekend.
gonna go.
Right.
I said,
That
fuck
wasn't
it.
even just like I'm planning to do it type
Nah,
thing.
I just
Right.
went through the spirit. I was supposed to start the new job. I said, fuck it.
That's
I'm
the
push
spirit,
this shit
right?
back.
Be correlating things like
Go
that.
and do it. I'm like, fuck.
Because if you wasn't there, we wouldn't be able to know they was seeing it at the same time.
And you see
Right.
how it linked up? The fact that y'all was here validate what we were doing?
Right, God.
That, bro, those
Spirit.
signs.
Just really
And
ain't
then-
chill.
Everybody seen it.
Yeah.
Y'all
Right.
seen it, and I seen it.
It was all through the
That
spirit.
was the spirit. Come on, man.
Yeah,
You said
it
to the
was.
Lord ain't dealing, bro.
Oh, like I was about to
Oh,
go
bro.
shot.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, the Lord was dealing right
Yeah,
there,
y'all know
man.
that.
Yeah, because I
Y'all
wasn't even
see
going.
the same thing,
I
man.
wasn't even gonna book the campground that day, man. I was gonna cancel because it was thunderstorming and shit.
Yep,
Lord
I
cleared up the
remember.
sky, everything, man. It was just. Then the brothers came out, we fellowship, we had sent the invitation out.
Yep.
Every last one of us saw the same thing at the same time.
And that's real because I called this brother. I called him. I said, "Hey, brother, y'all know it's a feast coming in tonight." He's like, "I didn't really know that, bro." He's like, "All right." I'm like, "Well, you know." And you told me, you was like, "Your brother had a campground book. You know, we probably can go out there and chill." I'm like, "All right, y'all do the thing." Because I was on my way to my mother's crib to change my clothes, to go out there with the brothers. And then I kid you not, when bro called me, we was seeing the chariots. I'm thinking, because I seen a brother with the camera. I'm like, they must be live streaming. I'm thinking that y'all seeing what we seen from our live stream. No. Y'all was seeing
live in action.
it live in action. I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, hey bro, you see it? He like, you see it, bro? And them bitch ass crackers, they took the fucking page down. But sorry, we still got the video on.
Still got the video.
Yep. And that's the spirit, because on the video you can hear me and him talking.
Yep.
You're like, you see it, bro?
And paused at the same
Yeah.
time. He said, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
The video I recorded, I heard I'm a one spirit turned up and said, they saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I started yelling.
You see it, bro? I'm like, bro, that's the same thing.
That was crazy, man. That was crazy. That was unexplainable.
So imagine how, matter of fact, give me Wisdom of Solomon 5, man. Read that, bro.
It's Revelation 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in his book.
Yep.
And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life.
So you took the book of Hebrews out. Now the Lord's going,
Right.
Oh,
And out of the holy city. And from the things which are written in this book.
Lord got that red marker, like, no.
he took that, yeah, he
That
took a big chunk out of
Hey,
it.
you know, like, you fail a damn test, the teacher marked them X's in red. That's how you know you fucked up, man. Hey, you fucked up big time, buddy.
Man.
You fucked up, man.
Man.
Lord is gonna snatch
Wow.
you and that ponytail off
Take
your
away your
goddamn
crown.
head, man.
Wow.
Damn wicked.
Woo.
The book of Hebrews ain't there just for no reason.
Yeah, like that's one
You
book
can
that
pick and
stumbled
choose
into it.
which.
You need that.
And why is the focus? Why are you trying to focus on the Levitical priesthood, man? Like we mentioned before, it's because you're a Levite, nigga. You just so happen to be a Levite. Why is not the focus on the order of Melchizedek?
Wicked Levite.
Yeah. Melchizedek means king of righteousness.
Cause hey, I'm gonna ask y'all brother, when have I ever came to y'all brothers in the camp and say, oh, we gotta go into the temple and worship it,
Right, yeah.
put and sacrifice the lamb? When I ever said that? We never did that. We didn't do that, man. Because we believe in YAHAWASHI.
Scriptures go into spiritual sacrifices.
Right.
I ain't say we gotta go to the holy of the holies. Hey, I gotta wear this certain type of garment.
Yeah.
The E5 breastplate. No, like
Make sure your brothers don't pop your woman. We gotta be clean.
clean.
Saving money to go to
And on top of that, I think the high priest, they had to be clean for a total, I think, 3 days before they can even go into the holies of the holies. They go that term 3 again.
3, yeah.
Yep. What you got, bro?
I got Hebrews 7 and 11.
All right. You got Wisdom of Solomon. Okay, you know what? Since shit, man. That's good. Matter of fact, hold that. That's the meat of the lesson. Let's go into that Wisdom of Solomon.
Okay. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall a righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
Right, and hey, you got Jakes in Israel that afflict us, man. Them guys are affliction to our spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to hinder their salvation and walk by deceiving the followers, man. Because you might have a guy out there that gets simple and say, you know what, that makes sense. And then he break away and follow those guys into damnation.
Yeah.
See?
They don't teach the truth about the mark.
They don't, do they? No. No.
A lot of them.
A lot of them don't. Wait, Shikari know that the chip is the mark, but they don't push it like that.
Push it. Yeah, they
really
don't.
go into it. He's too busy trying to get his black conscious following up and promote his Shikari gear. Like that nigga, y'all remember the Fila logo?
Oh yeah, he
It
turned
says
to gorilla.
Gorilla, yeah. Come on,
Get
man,
his
you
own
ain't take the
clothing
bag.
It says, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Right, he didn't make account of Apostle Tahar's labors. He said, well, yeah, you know, but he's too old to hold office. I mean, yeah, that's technically true. But you got to understand, there's a difference between, I mean, the priests can be prophets, but the role of high priest, like we broke down earlier, is an office. Okay, but when you have a calling as a prophet, that's an office too, because prophets are higher than the kings. The Most High deal directly with the prophets, man. Oftentimes, if the king wanted understanding what was going to happen, he goes to the prophets, man. Same thing with David. A lot of times, the Most High didn't deal directly with David because, he went to Nathan. Nathan had to rebuke him.
Yeah, to cuss him out,
He didn't just tell David, a prophet had to come to him and say, hey, X, Y, and Z. So the Most High deals directly with the prophets. So being a prophet is a higher office than anything. That's the highest office in Israel, as we went in 2 years ago. Go ahead.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
So, when that phenomenon happened again, like we all experienced, when we get beamed up into those ships, the whole world is gonna see that. Okay, because the deliverance ain't just gonna come from America. You're gonna see this on different nations. You're gonna have the deliverance televised, man.
Right.
Like in those movies of the X-Men and the Avengers, they had the shit televised. When we get beamed up out of here, there's gonna be a televised, man, because you gotta understand there's gonna be parts of the world that was not destroyed.
That's right. It's gonna, because they're
Boy, they gonna say, oh my, they're gonna have the camera. These people getting literally beamed up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be televised, man.
Well, I say all eyes
A
shall
good
see.
visual example of that is that movie District 9, just the aspect of how all the chariots was being recorded all over the world. But in the time of deliverance, that recorded all, because my brother said they're gonna be so common, it's gonna be chilling in the sky, and then some fuck with them to vanish, disappear, pop up somewhere else, and it's gonna be like a normal everyday thing for everybody to see until that deliverance happens. Coming up, everybody gonna pull out their cell phones out, seeing it. You know, so when we experience Lord's will that cap night is foreshadowing of what's to come, man. Lord's will we all get beamed up.
Hey, I was gonna say Esau knows exactly. If you watch that movie, it's called Tomorrow War on Amazon. When they go in, the aliens that are attacking, and they got to go in the future to try to. Esau tried to go in the future to stop what happened in the past.
Oh yeah.
And the aliens, they said every 6 days they rested. You know. Every 6 days they called it the Shabbat. They called it the Sabbath. They say when you go into the future, they don't attack us on the seventh day. You know? And the aliens is like, fucked up looking or whatever. But it just shows you Esau knows he's trying to link, that link between us and what's coming to you.
Which movie was that on?
It's called The Tomorrow War. It just came out last week.
Oh yeah, okay.
With Chris
I
Pratt.
heard about that.
Yeah. So he knows he's trying to make like little subtle jabs.
Twist and shit. He's a liar. The scripture says he's a liar and the father of it, so he ain't gonna come out with the truth.
Right.
To a certain degree, it's some truth to it. Like
The 6th day, right? Instead of the 7th. It's a demon, man. Hey, Esau, look, I want you to just come out and tell the people who the real Israelites are, man. The fucking gig is up, bro. Everybody knows. Just come out and say it, man. You ain't making all these alien movies, etc. about us, man. You notice every superhero movie is dealing with Jake like it's a new movie on Netflix. It's called, it's with this Jake dude, man. I forgot the name of it, but it's not Mortal Dude with electricity. It's another movie. But it's like a Jake, an older Jake, and he got like this outfit. He got like a lightning flash or something. Yeah, Yep. So all these superpower movies are coming out, man, because they know that the sons of the Most High get ready to be raised up.
right.
Like a lot of people was kind of, they say it was kind of lame. But the point that they making movies with Jake being the superhero.
Right, they're talking about having a cast of black Superman. I forget who they wanted to play.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Right. They saw him have a fucking fit, man. Esau gonna shoot up a theater. They ain't gonna do that. Because Esau in his spirit, he knows that's his lie is the only thing he got left. Without his deception, he ain't shit.
They wanted Childish Gambino to play Spider-Man, and Esau got hella upset about that. Back a while ago.
Oh, you talking about the role of Miles Morales?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure if it was Miles Morales or Peter Parker. They was gonna have him play some version of Spider-Man.
Well, you see, they couldn't have Miles Morales or Peter Parker because Esau would have lost his fucking wig. But Miles Morales is a better Spider-Man.
Way better.
Way better.
I had
The game? You played the game?
No, I didn't.
Hey, that shit cold. That shit cold.
That
That shit cold.
Jake has been carrying this superpower around like he's the one that's kept the enemy alive. He's got girls that are his enemy now, but Jake is all this shit.
Oh,
When Miles Morales Spider-Man came out,
I wore a shirt like this last week, similar, and I was in, matter of fact, I think I went to the movies, and it was this cool bitch. She had a real disdain because she saw the anime on the shirt, and she kind of looked, and the bitch acted like she didn't want to serve me. She kind of gave me this look. I said, I get a free refill on the popcorn. She said, it's just large popcorn. I said, no, it's any size popcorn. And she was real, like, just drive with me type shit. But I noticed she was looking at my shirt. And I'm like, you fucking goof bitch. This is talking about us. We the one that came out. All them Toriyama, them are Jakes, man.
We the Gokus.
Right.
Dumb bitch. You fucking lame ass, right eating, cookie eating gooks. You ain't create a goddamn thing, man.
Right. The author of those are Israelite
Eating
foreigners.
fucking fried rat, man. Fuck all you goddamn heathens out there.
Right. I got
Talking about some fucking, you ain't create a fucking thing. Only thing you good for is eating fried rat and possum, man.
Yep.
And being a wash pot. That's all you gonna be.
Yeah, doing
So
nails.
fuck you goddamn gooks, man.
Right, because look up the history of you damn gooks. Why was y'all trying to have all them afros? The braided fros back then? You know, because it was Jakes that taught y'all all that martial arts shit. All the samurai shit. Ninjutsu. All those martial arts was Israelites, man.
Well, shit, they even said it. They said that represents them afros like this. Technically, this is supposed to be a fro, like a little afro, man. You know the sayings, they wore the fros and shit.
that Jake, brother.
Oh no.
That Jake. This Ezekiel 12 and 25. It says, "For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI."
Break it down, huh?
But I pulled this earlier when this brother was speaking on, you know, the power of the word, on how, you know, things from every other book, they don't come to pass. Like a Harry Potter book, ain't no prophecies in that. But when it comes to the scriptures, these things are said, they're spoken through the prophets, but they're also performed. So just as we've been speaking on chariots, spiritual power, deliverance, okay, that's us saying the word. But the further we go on in time, the word is going to be performed. It's going to be made manifest, you know? I'll read it again for you, brother. Ezekiel 12 and 25. "For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass."
The word that I shall speak shall come to pass, man. The word of these scriptures. Right now, the prophecies are coming to pass. World War III, all right, economic collapse, the collapse of the dollar, which is going to bring in a mark, all right, they're going door to door with this whole jab thing. All that's going to come to pass.
Right.
And guess what? We're the ones that's foretelling it through the Spirit of the Lord.
Yep.
Unlike you other bozos out here.
And the word of the Lord doesn't come from every Jake that called themselves an Israelite, man.
Con.
It's a specific group where that word comes from.
And didn't we say earlier, we said you got the men of the Lord, you got
Israelites.
Most guys in this truth are just Israelites, man.
It says, "For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house."
These days here, the days we living in now, this is the current generation that YAHAWASHI is going to make the return back to the earth. You know why? Because they even did a study. They said this generation has the less belief in a God or a higher power than any other generation.
And they the most undesirable.
Yep.
That opens the floodgates to wickedness.
Yeah.
Because belief in a higher power restricts your behavior.
Right.
So now, since they don't believe, they just do
It's
whatever
lawless.
the hell they want to do.
Lawlessness.
Shit,
With the LGB shit and all that other shit.
Hell, even when we was Christians, we didn't curse in church.
Hey, hold on. Hold on. Remember that? Speaking on your point, the picture we put up in the group chat, dude talking about our girlfriend.
Yeah.
Those are them niggas. Those are them young niggas, man.
Yeah, y'all completely through, man. Young niggas are fucking.
He said our girlfriend's baby, and they all.
That show you that this place got to be destroyed, man.
So I hear, man.
That's complete wickedness because, wait a minute, this woman clearly said that I don't know who the baby's for. It may not be neither one of them.
Yeah.
It may not be neither one of them. It could have been a whole
man.
different guys. Because you could tell she was a harlot. But these two dudes willing to stick around for her, and it's adultery. And that's that polyamorous spirit that's heavily in America. And if you go into the Acts of Egypt, that was a heavy thing then when women was dealing with multiple men. and it was a lot of undesirable activity out there. So the same acts of Egypt, that's what Jake was doing 4,000 years ago.
He said
And they
our
doing it the same
girlfriend.
day now. Because guess what? If you try to marry two women in this society, they're gonna call you a bigot.
Yeah.
But yet a woman, she's able to sleep with as many men as she wants. Like right now, let's just say if you had a woman, right, and she was holding hands with two guys, wouldn't nobody condemn that. But if you had 3, 4 women courting one guy and they all walking around with this one dude,
In order.
yeah,
Yep.
they'll feel some type of way about that.
Right, they're gonna say you're a pimp or something like that, or
Yeah.
prostituting them. It's never gonna be looked at as a positive light, because that's a decency and order. You know, men are allowed to have more than one wife, according to scriptures.
Well, let's start some controversy. Let's do this. Let's stir up controversy real quick. Let's see if this Jake will be receptive to the concept of multiple.
Probably not.
This is what we do. This is. I want to ask this brother a question. That's if you answer. He may not answer it. Hey, big brother, can I ask you a question? Is it okay for a man to have more than one woman?
Depends on what the woman says.
Nah. See, that, you know what? I appreciate that answer. You know why? Because that's typical in America. You know what? Honestly, according to the Bible, it don't matter what the woman say. You know why? Because for one thing, you a man, you rule the household. And I'm gonna tell you like this: out of your loins, you know that you can impregnate 1,000 women to bring back your seed.
But you asked the practical question. You said, was it all right for a man to have more than one woman?
Yeah.
He can't have more than one woman unless the woman allows her to be had.
It ain't up to her.
You said,
It's not
are
up
you
to
gonna
her.
force her to be?
I mean, according to the scriptures, technically,
Or
if they
will you force a woman to be with you?
no, I wouldn't.
Okay, then.
I wouldn't do it. But I'm saying, in as far as a logistical sense and a spiritual sense, it
We
ain't up to
talking
the
practical.
woman.
We talking practical.
That's. But I mean, today
we understand what the Bible,
Bible
says.
is the most
Bible
practical
is
book.
practical.
It's
The
the most
Bible-
practical
no.
book. Force a
No,
woman to be your
look
wife?
at me, bro.
Are you gonna force a woman to be your wife?
Hold on. Let me break it down. For one thing, the Bible is practical. The way people live their lives today, that's not
How
practical.
many wives you had?
What do you mean? I mean, I had a lot. To be technically
How many
honest,
wives
be
you had?
technically honest, I've only slept with 2 virgins my whole life.
I said, how many
Okay,
wives
so that
do
would
you
be
have?
2. That would be 2.
How many
That would
wives
be
do you
2.
have?
That would be 2 virgins. A woman can never really truly be your wife unless she was a virgin. But if you want to talk about women I've dealt with a lot
How
of
many do
women.
you have right now?
I got 1 woman right now.
Why you don't have more than one?
Because for one thing, it's not wise to do so. And women, they're not in their right order. But according to the Bible, you can have more than 1 wife. That's why I asked you.
I understand what the Bible, that's what the Bible say, but
That's what the question.
That's the question.
The question
That's
was
the
regard
question.
to the Bible.
To the Bible, not practical in this
according to the
world
Bible.
term.
Yeah, according to the Bible.
Yeah. So do you believe according to the scriptures it's okay to have more than 1 woman? That's all I'm asking.
According to the
According to the Bible,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now, do you
If a
believe?
woman is-
Now, do you believe according to the Bible we're supposed to be living that way? Because
What do you mean?
Okay, let me ask you this: are you attracted to more than 1 woman? Be honest.
No.
He's lying, man.
Do I find more than one woman attractive? Yeah.
There you go. That's the answer.
That's
That's
the
the
same
same
thing,
thing.
bro.
That's it.
It's the same
That's
thing.
not the same
Nah, it's
thing.
not.
That's
Do
it.
you-
You
Okay.
said, am I attracted
okay,
to?
okay,
Attracted means
okay.
I'm going, that means two.
No. You trying to be overly technical,
No.
bro. You're trying to be overly technical.
That's
man.
not
It's-
being, you
it's
asked the
simple.
question.
I'm asking you this. I said that. Okay, so you find other women attractive, right?
I find
Just because you don't, just because you don't go after them or pursue
real
them,
with us.
doesn't mean you're not attracted
And
to
we
them.
won't tell you.
No, I'm not
tell you.
attracted to more than one woman. No.
Well,
will get you in
that,
trouble.
and that's fine. But that's the point. That's the point of the people in America. They have that's that white supremacy mentality. They put that on our people. Now we live in the way of the so-called white man. You a king, man. You supposed to dictate and call shots. No woman's supposed to tell you what the hell you supposed to
But
do.
you saying, but that's not what somebody's telling me. This is what I feel. Not.
But it ain't
not
about
what-
it ain't about how you feel. We just telling you according to the scriptures.
Right.
Your oppressor told you to feel that way. That's what you living off of.
No.
Because if you were living under the commandments of the Most High, you would feel different.
Yeah, you
Right.
said it's up to
You
the
said-
woman
yeah.
if
You
a
You said
man
it's
can
up
have
to the
more than
woman.
one
You've
woman.
already subjected
How many
yourself
how many
to the
wives
power
you
of the
got?
woman.
That's not a
It's
question.
not about
That's not the
that.
topic.
So you can ask.
I ain't asking him that.
We're
That's off
up.
topic.
We may, brothers up here, we may have 1 woman, but we're all of the mindset that we can have as many as we want.
Right.
But if we have 1, it's because we choose to deal with 1.
Right.
Not
We in
because we're
slavery,
bound
too.
by 1 woman. My woman ain't gonna tell
Why do
me.
you only have one?
My
then?
woman ain't
Are
gonna.
We
you
in
attracted
slavery.
to more than
We in
one?
slavery.
I just told you.
Are you attracted to more than one?
Of course.
Why do you only have one?
Because for one thing, hold on, bro. We just told you that. For one thing, it's not wise to be dealing with a doubt. Go ahead. Let's let
This
the
is 1
scripture talk.
Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. All
Y'all can
things
walk
are
around. Y'all can walk around. ahead, Papa. Keep on in.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient.
That's right.
All things are lawful for me, but I would not be brought under the power of any.
Exactly. So what that means is the fact that, yeah, it's lawful for me to have more than one wife, but I have to think about a situation if it's advised right now.
Right.
You got to understand, most women are not in their right mindset. Most of them are overly jealous. Woman is not supposed to be jealous. For one thing, if you think of a harem or multiple women, think of it as a business. Like if you ran a business, right, and you're a CEO of a company, you have employees that help forge your legacy. See, if women was in that mindset,
Why did you ask me that question?
well, because I wanted to see your answer.
Right.
I wanted to see if you thought the way we were saying. I was just making an example for the edification. That was it.
Okay.
It wasn't nothing personal.
I got a precept to the back up. Because you said what's practical, but this is what's about to be practical. This is a future prophecy. Listen to this. This is Isaiah chapter 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
So do you have a problem with that? The 7 women gonna take hold of one man? And if you got, let's just say, right, when all hell break loose and you got 7 women that's looking for you to protect them, but you got that one woman that's saying, oh, well, nah, you can't do that. You gonna follow your woman or you gonna follow what's right?
Right. Because it's either you take
Oh, let him answer the question.
I'm not gonna be answering questions that y'all don't answer.
See,
I mean, I'm not.
See, he don't want to answer. He not gonna answer the question because he know in his spirit what he's thinking is not right.
No, we can't sit here and say what's right for one man is not right for another man.
Nah, dog, we ain't dealing with opinions.
The
scriptures is what's right.
What's coming out of this book, bro? Look,
That's what we live by.
what's coming out of this book? Squad, your opinion. Squad, my opinion. If it ain't
Right.
coming out of this book, it's bullshit. We
Right.
coming out of this book with it. We don't care about your opinion or what you think. His opinion. We don't care about that. We just
Why you
ask
don't
you
have
according
more
to.
than one wife?
We
just read it.
It's your
It's not
opinion.
expedient. No, it's not expedient.
It's just not wise. It's
not
called
expedient.
wisdom.
Our focus
Now I'm not
is-
saying that. I mean, some brothers do got 2 wives. Some brothers do got 2
Read
wives.
that one more time, bro.
Read it again, man.
One more time.
Read it slow. Read it slow.
But y'all reading it, but it's like, for what?
We just
Ain't none of y'all got more than one
No,
wife.
no, I was just, you know what? I stopped.
none of y'all got more than one wife.
You know what? But brothers deal with multiple women. I know brothers.
I
personally-
don't deal with
I know
multiple women.
brothers that deal with multiple women.
I don't.
We're not okay. That's fine. I ain't expect you to. I was expecting you to say that. That's why I asked you that to show you the mindset of a person in this kingdom, in this world versus the Bible. Your mind is not wrapped in the word of the Most High. That's why I used you as an example. It wasn't personal. It wasn't to make you offended, but that's just a typical, as you in your position, that's a typical thing that our men think. They think that it's all about that woman, and it's not. It ain't about your woman, man.
I don't think that.
Well, I mean,
Well,
ultimately,
if you didn't, okay, if you don't think that way, then so
I don't
be it.
think that it's all about the
right, but ultimately, we're up here. This is the church. So sometimes we have people go by, we ask questions to gauge the spirit of how the public mind thinks and how it lines up to the scriptures on what's getting ready to happen and what's currently happening. So we asked you that question because we want to see what the spirit of Jake is. Okay, are they okay with having multiple women? You guys gave an answer a majority of our people would say. They would say, no, it's not okay. No, it's not okay. But that's because you were raised
I
that
didn't
way.
say that.
You said that you had an issue.
I didn't say it wasn't okay. I said it depends on the woman.
Why do it depend on the woman? Why?
But that's
Because you can't take. Can you take her to be your wife?
According to the
Well, her
Bible,
father
you
could
can.
sell her.
You can. If it was a no, I'm gonna tell you this.
Take her.
No.
You can take a
Yeah, hold up.
off the street and make her your wife.
Hold up. For one thing, if a woman, she's supposed to be promised. It was an arrangement that happened. Now, most of the time, your wife will be promised from the father of another woman. Okay.
I said, can you take a woman?
Dog, I'm getting to that, dog.
Can you take a woman?
I'm getting to that. You can.
You can't.
According to the
That's
Bible.
called kidnap.
That's not called kidnapping, man.
kidnapping. Go
According
take
to the
one.
Bible,
Go take
get
one.
that in
Not
Deuteronomy
in this-
22, man.
not in this
Because
society.
let's just say this, right? Let's just say if you had a daughter, right? And let's just say if you didn't promise her to a man of understanding and she was out there and she didn't have a husband and a man seen her, he can take your daughter and lay with her and make her his wife. He would have to pay you a dowry for that because he took your property.
So-
Hold on, let me finish. He would have to pay you a dowry because technically he coveted your property, but then again, after a while, that's his wife. He said, well, look, I'm paying you for this. I took her, you know what I'm saying? You didn't promise her to nobody. That's your fault. I took your daughter. Now that's my
I
wife.
understand what you're saying.
All right,
How many of y'all done took a wife? How many people out here done took a wife like
We
that?
wouldn't do that in this society.
Damn wife.
Okay, then why
Hey, hold on.
talk about
'Cause
something? Why
you
talk
thinking-
about it if that's not what you do?
Because
That's the
we
way it
reject.
should
Go
be.
ahead.
Talk about what you
Hold on, hold
doing.
on. Let me respond to
He
what you
getting
just saying.
emotional.
'cause
No, I'm not getting
You're
emotional.
asking us. You're
I'm
asking
saying,
us.
do
look,
what you talk. Do what's practical. Whatever you doing, talk about that. Don't talk about taking a wife if that's not what you doing. Because if you really thought that,
That don't even
if you
make
really
sense.
thought that was true,
Let me ask you this.
then you
Let
go
me
take
ask
you.
you this. Let me ask you this.
Okay,
Okay, well let me ask you.
Really
Let me
believe
ask
that.
you this.
If you really believe
let me
that,
ask you this.
you will go take
Let
you
me
a
ask
wife.
this. Let me ask you this. No, that's not.
because
what
it's
it
not
is.
wise to do that.
We just read
We
that.
already read that to
We
you.
just read that
All things are
twice.
lawful are not expedient.
Right.
If something is expedient, hold on. If something is expedient
Then
for
talk
you,
about what's expedient then.
if
Don't
something,
talk
let
about
me
stuff that's not
finish.
lawful and not expedient.
Let me finish.
If you're
something-
going
if some-
to be out here,
Have you ever made an example
if you're gonna
of
be out
something
here,
that you believe
talk
in, but
about
you didn't do
what's
it?
expedient then to people.
Have you
if
ever?
it's not expedient,
have
why
you-
would you
have
talk
you
about
ever
it?
talked
Because
about
it's part of the
something?
scriptures.
Have you
the
ever
scriptures
talked?
tell us to teach out of the whole law. We're not supposed to do.
But
We're
it's
not.
not
We're not
expedient.
supposed. Hold on. We're supposed to give you the full skinny of the truth.
So
we're
right.
not just gonna talk about what's good for people.
Okay,
that's what pastors
but tell
do.
me some
we're
of that
not,
right.
We're not
Tell me
like
some of that.
we're not like
Tell me
the
some of
common
that.
pastors.
Tell me some of that. Tell me
What?
some of that expedient law. Do you
One
have any
thing-
of that expedient law?
Okay, for one
Give
thing,
me some expedient law.
Hold on, dog. For one thing, this ain't even for you. Second of all,
Oh, it ain't for me now.
No, it never been for you. That's why I
Okay,
asked
tell
you
me
a
some
question.
expedient law.
It don't matter. You're not gonna
You don't
get it
have no
anyway.
expedient law?
Yeah, what do you mean expedient law? We're talking to you now. We supposed to deal with you.
You ain't got no expedient law.
Okay, so what
if
do
you
you
have
got
no
off?
expedient law, speak the expedient law. Don't
That's
get
Jake.
to prophesizing and
That's
religiousizing about
Jake
something
with
that's not
that pseudo
expedient.
bullshit, man. He
No,
didn't
that's-
understand the
that's-
fact.
So
You know why?
you're saying that you don't want to hear the word. Of
He
the
don't
Most
want to
High.
hear the
That's what
word
you're
of the
I'm
Most.
saying
He don't want to
he's
hear the
telling-
word of the
you
Most
saying-
High.
you saying
because
that
he's
it's not
cut by it.
expedient.
The
He's
reason
saying
why
it's not
the reason why this guy's
That
getting
is what you're
offended
saying, though.
is because the
He's
fact
saying
that
it's
about
not
it is
expedient, right?
he under his woman.
So why
That's
speak to
all
me?
it
I don't
is.
have
It
a
ain't got
woman.
nothing to do with
I don't
us.
have a
It has
woman.
nothing to do
Why?
with us.
I have
I'm
appreciation.
saying if he
To inform you, brother. That's why we're informing you
about what?
about the scriptures.
About something that's not expedient.
Hold your peace, man.
Inform
Certain
me
things.
Can you hear
something
this?
that's
Can you hear this?
expedient.
Can you hear this? We're not
You don't
dealing
have
with.
any.
We're not
so-
dealing with
so you
emotion.
have no.
Bro. We're not
you have
dealing
no
with emotion.
scripture
Here it
that
is.
we can talk
Yeah.
about something that's expedient.
So what you want to talk about?
That we can relate to
let's
right
talk
now.
about this then. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about that? What's that? You don't want to talk about that either, do you? Let me ask you this: did you get the COVID vaccine?
No.
Okay, good. Good
Did
job.
you?
No.
This is
Why
Matthew.
Because it's not in the. It's
not
off according to
expedient.
scripture.
Why not?
It's not expedient.
All right.
It's not
You
expedient.
just told it's not expedient, bro.
Okay.
And it's off.
All right, this is Matthew 28 and 20.
the
This
law.
is what's expedient right now. Teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Amen. It's expedient right now to teach all of the book. That's why we asked you the question in the beginning about the
Okay.
about the
Psalms
law.
20 and 7.
You said that part.
Give me
Now
Psalms
teach
20
me
and 7.
something that's expedient.
I just tell you.
Okay, okay.
Give me something
We tried
else.
to.
Give me
Okay.
something else.
Okay.
We tried to.
Okay.
What can we
Okay.
do with the wise
Okay,
then?
okay.
This expedient.
That's
Yeah,
expedient.
Keep on
Yeah.
order.
Keep in order.
Yeah, keep on
Keep
order.
in order. Make
That's
sure she
it?
ain't dealing with other men.
What's that in the Bible?
What do you mean?
What's that at?
Titus.
Surah 21.
What's that?
Yeah.
Get that in Surah
Titus.
21.
Tell me that one.
Get that in my
That-
Proverbs
that- that-
31,
Give me
man.
that one.
Let's get that. Go ahead, bring it out, bro. You got something?
I was just gonna say though, in order for you
I
to
got that.
understand what's expedient and what's not expedient, you have to understand the law. That's how you can tell the difference between what's expedient and what's
What's
not.
not? Yeah, you gotta have knowledge.
You have to understand the root of something before you know whether or not it's expedient or not. That's what expedient comes from.
Right.
It's rooted in the law. So to know when to move on something and not to move on something, that's what expedient means, and it's rooted in the law.
I understand the
So
law.
they're
brother.
just giving you
That's
the
why
information
I told
on
the
the
brother
law.
I don't have a woman.
All right.
I'm not
just-
attracted
that's all I'm
to.
saying.
I'm not attracted
We
to
were
more
just
than one
saying,
woman.
we were saying in your case, just as being a man, men naturally are attracted to multiple women. You know why? Okay, think of it this way. And this is just an example. But they say most men cheat, right? You've heard that, right?
Yeah.
Most men cheat. Why do you think they do that? Because by nature,
Because they don't have control of themselves.
no, bro.
They're not supposed
no,
to.
No,
They don't have
no,
control.
no.
As a man, you're not supposed to be in control of yourself.
Listen. Let me say this. Why
As
is
a
it-
man, you're not
wait.
supposed to be in control of yourself.
Yeah, you
Talking about
supposed to be
in
control-
subjection
yeah,
to
of
one
course.
woman.
But hold on. But no, what I'm saying is scientifically proven that men are naturally attracted to multiple women. You know why? Look at the animal kingdom for existence, right? Look at lions, look at zebra, look at cattle. You know what I'm saying? Look at elk. Elk can deal with 20 female elks within a year or so and have babies by them. it's about forwarding your nation.
Right.
It's about what's inside you, man.
This is what I'll say right
Okay, it ain't.
This what I'm saying right
You've been in America
As far as
too
being
long.
attracted to women, right? Like I said, I find women attractive, but they don't make me attracted to them. Because as a man, if you are in control of yourself, you know what is expedient.
Well, that's in your
So
spirit.
you're not going to be attracted to something
Well,
that's not expedient.
okay. We're not-
Just
we're not-
because you find it attractive,
Okay, no.
We're not-
don't mean you're going to be attracted to
What
it.
I'm saying is this: don't you have a desire, or are you attracted to, or are you? Do you find multiple women beautiful? Do you find
Yes,
them
attractive,
So
not
he-
attractive to.
Okay,
Attractive.
so let me
They
ask you
ain't
this: so
attracted
if it was
to them
in
just
your
by
power,
their beauty,
if it was
it takes more than just their
no.
beauty to
Good,
attract me.
good. But if you had the power to deal with more than one woman in the kingdom setup, would you deal with more than one? Yes or no?
More than one woman. It all
In the kingdom
depends,
setup.
man.
In the kingdom
It's
setup.
not something that you can just say yes or no to.
come?
You have to know when
What? Come on, Jake.
It's simple.
Come
Okay,
on,
okay.
Jake.
Check this
Ah,
out.
you lost me on that,
No.
man.
He said, "Come on,
We don't
Jay,
look-
right?
we don't
Wait a
look-
minute,
we
wait a
don't
minute,
want the
wait a minute,
93 philosophy
wait a
barbecue
minute, let me say
bullshit,
this,
man. We
though.
want
Let me say
Come on,
this.
bro.
Let me
Come
say
on,
this.
Jake,
He said, "Come
man.
on, Jay, right?" So you telling
See,
me?
Jake,
Wait
you know
a
what it
minute.
is, man.
So you telling me?
Jake, no.
You telling me, right? That as a man, that you gonna be attracted? You have more than all these whatever.
Well, let me say this, bro. It's in your spirit. If it's in your spirit not to be attracted to more than one, that's cool. Some brothers make that decision. What we're telling you is, it's not a sin if you choose to do that. We're here to teach you that it's in the Bible.
I understand
If
that.
he's
our
a
point.
man, if
I
he's a
understand
man,
that.
That's why
if
we
he's
asked
a
you to
man
bring up
and
the
he had a
verse.
wife, I guarantee you, I've heard several men say this. They might have a wife, they might not deal with other women, but they like, oh man.
That's finding them attractive, but that's not being
But
attracted.
the point about
to
it,
them.
you look. The fact about it, you know why you desire to look? Because it's in
you
your
wanna
nature
hit
as a
that.
man.
You
That's
wanna
all we're
hit
saying.
that.
You are a man. That's in your nature.
Come
your
on,
nature
Jake.
is to
Come on,
conquer,
Jake.
bro.
Come on,
Come on,
Jake.
No, it's in your
Come on,
nature, man.
come on,
Come on,
Jake.
It's in your nature to conquer. Men are conquerors, bro.
Jake,
Come on, Jake.
Jake.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You know
Hey,
this.
hey, but
Come on, Jake,
that's
man.
good. That's good word, man. If you want to put yourself
Hey,
on that level,
man.
right? If you want to put yourself on that level, that's all gravy, man. But you know, it's
You're making it more than what it is. It's
Yeah,
really not
it's
that
not
hard.
that hard,
It ain't
man.
that hard,
It's just
but-
as simple, brother.
but
It's just as simple.
talk to me
man.
about more than women when you
It's just,
when I
it's
see
just
you
as simple.
with a harem.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Huh?
That's gonna
When
happen.
it's gonna happen?
It's gonna happen
In the
due
kingdom.
time, real
We in
time.
slavery. We in
you wait
slavery
for
right now.
You
Real
wait for the
soon.
kingdom.
Yeah, we in slavery.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you.
You wait
this.
for the
Wait a minute.
kingdom?
You know you're Israelite. You know you're
I'm
Israelite.
all things, man.
No,
I'm
no,
all
no, no,
things,
no,
man.
no.
I'm all
You say
things,
Israelite.
man. I'm all
You know. He know.
Huh? I'm
He
all
know.
things,
He
Jay.
know what it is.
You know, white people
I
around,
mean,
you can stop
Jake got
playing,
the
man.
beard and everything. Jake knows
I ain't
that.
worried about
people around you
I ain't worried
deserve,
about no
man.
white people, man. That's it. I'm all things, man. I don't separate myself from
Why?
nothing.
That's
I
confusion,
don't,
bro.
I don't separate. No,
Scripture,
I
that's
don't
confusion.
separate
What about
Scripture say
witchcraft?
that, hey,
Look.
that's confusion.
Look, if I was a Muslim, I couldn't sit here and conversate with you.
Yeah, I mean, you
Huh?
could, you can.
Not like this, because they
mean,
have it. I
well,
understand what you're saying.
We're debating.
I understand what you're saying.
Well, how do you argue against a Muslim?
Because
that
you
came
know
up
what
with-
we're saying is the
I
truth.
understand.
Yeah,
I mean,
come on,
How do you
man.
argue that fact that what you
Let's
just
stop
said
playing
when
here.
a Muslim comes up and then comes into the
Let's
truth?
get the scriptures. Let's get
Because we
let
got
the Bible
Muslim
talk.
brothers that came and got down with it and got my mind blown and got repentant and said, hey, look, out here teaching.
What do y'all freak anything out of the New Testament?
Everything.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You bring up
yeah.
books you ain't heard of, man.
Read all.
So y'all believe in Jesus?
Oh yeah,
Yahawashai.
but we call him by his real
Name
name.
Yahawashai.
That's not
Yahshua.
Jesus. It's not, that's
Swap
you
out
close.
on the camera.
You close.
Oh,
That's
let
not
me get it. Yahshua?
So close, but not it.
What is it, Jake?
Yahawashai.
Yahawashai.
Jake
See,
playing,
all these
man.
is technicalities.
Jake
These
playing,
all technicalities,
No,
man.
no,
You know what I'm
the
saying?
truth gotta be perfect, brother. The truth. You cannot. One thing you cannot jack up the Lord's name. That's one thing.
Huh?
Everything else, we give you a pass with, but you can't jack up the man's name.
You can't jack it up.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Listen to this real quick. Deuteronomy 7:6.
So
Listen, hold on. The scripture coming out. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now, what does that mean?
what he just said? He said it plain as it was.
Okay, no. I'm asking you. Break that down. Don't tell me what he said.
He said
break the scripture
that
down.
Israelites are a special people above all people.
Okay, so what does that mean?
That means that they are stiff-necked. and stubborn.
We didn't ask you what they were. We asked.
Is that in the Bible? Is that in there?
Yeah, that is.
Were they
But that's
stiff-necked?
not. That's not.
And then they got the kingdom took it from them.
That's true, but that's
because
not
they
what
did
that
not. They
scripture
were
is talking
stiff-necked.
about. We asked.
Is that in
you,
there though?
I'm asking. It is, but that's not what.
Tell me about that part.
No,
why was they stiff-necked?
No, we gonna.
No, why was they stiff-necked?
You gotta do things decently in order, man.
Why was they
You can't be
stiff-necked?
confusing up here.
Tell me why they were stiff-necked.
Hey, brother.
Scripture, bro.
Why was they stiff-necked?
A good precept for him is Ecclesiastes 5:1.
Tell me why they were stiff-necked.
That ain't
Why did they get the kingdom
You know
took it from
what?
them?
Because the shit you doing right now. That's
Why
why you
did
got
they get the kingdom?
Because the shit you doing right now. You're being rebellious. Because you're being rebellious.
No, because
that's why.
Because that's who we are.
He answered the question.
That's who we are.
That's who. No. That's
We
who
rebellious.
No.
That's why we got
by
the kingdom
default,
to
we
work.
were not supposed to be that way. Just because we're rebellious, they don't give us a license to indulge in that rebellious. You're supposed to want to be better, man. You're supposed to want to get out of this hell. Look at this place, man. It's falling. Why would you want to still be here? You can't even raise your kids up the way we want to raise them up. We can't bring them up in the scriptures. They tell them they got to get a jab. We got to watch what we say because, you know, they good for shutting it down. We got to get a damn microchip. We got a social security number. Who in the, excuse my French, but who in the hell wants to live in a society like that, man?
I don't see you in the woods.
Shit, we might have to go
I don't
to
see you in the woods.
because hey, we in
How'd you
captivity.
get here?
We in captivity.
How'd you get
But
here?
that don't means we have to like it.
Huh?
Just because you got a job.
Where you get them suits
Thou shalt go to the enemy for the one. Hey, thou shalt go to the enemy for the one of all things.
That's not the point. It said just say you got
part
to
of
go
the
to the
curses.
enemy for the one of all things, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. So that do that justify your behavior? Do
No,
that justify
I'm
the way
just
you
saying
think?
though, if you gon'
Does that so wait? I'm gonna walk around barefooted. I'm gonna walk around barefooted. I'm gonna walk around barefooted, bro.
woods somewhere.
In the woods, so what?
With
They
your
still own
5, 10
everything.
wide.
They still
With your
own
5 and 10
everything, bro.
wide.
Hold on, Jay.
Living according to
Hold
the
on, you
scripture.
going on outward appearance. This
Come on,
1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For
sees the heart.
man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart.
Right, so guess what? You looking at the fact I got on certain shoes.
No,
I got on this and that.
I'm listening to your mouth.
I made a comment.
Your mouth
I made
is
a comment.
saying
Dog,
that-
let me finish, bro.
I'm
You
listening
gotta
to your
order.
mouth, man.
Okay. But the thing is, you're not in the spirit to discern what I'm saying. You're not spiritual. You're not on a level to
How you
discern
know?
anything.
How
Because
you
you're not.
know?
If you were spiritual, you would be in compliance with the Most
tell
High.
you wasn't spiritual.
You ain't got to. The fact you're scoffing. You don't have to. Your countenance tells you.
Huh?
I can read your spirit.
No, you don't know me,
I'm
man.
reading. I ain't gotta know
don't
you,
know
but I'm
me,
reading
man.
your spirit.
You don't know me.
If you was a man of the Most High, for one thing, you wouldn't come. You would be more humble. You'd be out to hear the word.
I'm a man like you a man.
Okay, but still,
Why-
you know,
why I gotta
but
humble myself to
because you ain't the man.
We
Because you're not a
ain't we
prophet.
supposed
Because you're not a man
ain't
of
we
the Lord.
supposed to humble ourselves? Do you humble yourself?
I ain't being combative with you.
Hey,
I'm
for
just
one
speaking
thing,
to you.
hold on. This one thing you don't get as well. You when you talk to us, you're not talking to us. You talking to the Most High
Give me some-
directly.
Ecclesiastes 5.
So why you ain't talking to? When you talk to me, why you
But see,
ain't
that's
talking
the
to the
problem.
Most High?
The spirit jumps.
But
The
see,
spirit
man,
jumps.
but you see, that's the problem with our
man.
people.
Y'all
That's the
losing
point.
me, man.
They see
Y'all
us
losing
and
me,
they
man.
see themselves.
Y'all
'Cause
losing me, man.
They don't have respect for
Come
themselves.
on, Jay.
They hate us.
Come on, Jay.
But if I was a white man,
Come
it would
on,
be
Jay.
different. You see what I'm
Come
saying?
on, Jay.
You're not dealing with carnal man up here.
Huh?
We just matching your energy.
What
I'm
you
not
saying?
getting proud with you.
Man, you got on Jay.
What the fuck does that mean?
Where your sandals at?
What's that?
Put on your sandals.
Are you serious? Are you
I'm
serious?
not corner
Are you
man.
serious? What that got to do with
I'm not
anything?
dealing with the corner
That got to do
man.
with
Ecclesiastes 5:1.
You going off, man.
Keep
on,
thy
man.
foot when thou goest
Dude,
to
on
the
that.
house of the
Hey,
Most High,
Keep
talking
my
about-
foot when they go into the house of the Most High. Go ahead, bro.
and be
Come
more
on,
ready
man.
to hear.
Here.
Ooh, you're not ready to hear. Than to
Huh?
give the sacrifice of
You
food. Ready to hear
sacrifice
that?
of fools. You speaking
Hey,
English,
hey.
man.
All these scriptures
Hey.
came out, man. You have not addressed not
You
one
ain't addressed
scripture
one
we brought out.
scripture.
I brought out Deuteronomy 7 and 6. I said, above all
Check
people on
this
the
out.
earth,
Check
he
this
not
out.
answered it.
When
You
I
can't
see y'all,
dance around
look,
it.
when I see y'all in the woods with 10 wide, not wearing J's.
You won't make
Hey
it, bro.
man,
You won't make it.
hey, you better hope you don't see us that day. You see us that day.
You don't
Hey,
say-
you see us that day. You ain't gonna even notice, bro.
Hey, look,
You
look.
see us that day.
These crackers
No,
are rolling, bro. You ain't gonna
I'll
make it
be
that
more
far.
You see us that day.
to believe that y'all believe it when that happens.
So
But
so
till
why
then,
y'all? So you have
really
to see
don't believe
something.
that.
You have to see something.
You really don't believe
Oh,
that?
he Psalms on 110 in the day like people of thy power, thy people should be willing. But the reality of it is, he gonna be destroyed, man. We see you in that day, we gonna recollect on the conversation. The Most High is gonna destroy you.
All we're gonna see is his camp on the ground.
Yeah, we not gonna be dealing with you in that day. We gonna be on the other. We
I might not be dealing with you in that day.
You ain't got to. We don't want
I
you
might
to.
not be
We don't
dealing
want
with
you to, man.
All right, we gonna see.
You can't even tell me what the mark
We
of the
gonna see
beast
who
is.
the
What's the
war
mark of
with,
the
man.
beast?
I got more understanding
What's the
than that
mark of
than
the
you
beast?
do.
What's the mark of the
What does
beast?
666 mean?
What does the mark of the beast?
What's the
I asked you.
666
I asked
mean?
you. I asked you. I asked you. We not
Say the
play
mark of
that.
the beast is 666.
But you had to look at the sign.
What's
You
the
didn't know that.
math?
You didn't know
What's the
that.
math?
You didn't know that.
Did you know
Break
the
it down.
math?
Break it
Psi
down.
Sigma.
Huh?
Break it down. Go ahead.
You know the math.
Go
No,
ahead, break it down.
I ain't gonna break it down because I know you
Exactly.
don't know it.
Oh, if we didn't know, why would we be out here?
Why would we on the side
Why
of
we
it?
out here? We didn't know.
man.
What is the math?
teach you, man.
What's the math?
We here to teach
You break it down.
What's the
Go ahead.
math?
Go ahead. Break it down.
666
I
is
asked
a
you.
number.
I asked you. Break it down.
666 is a
I
number.
asked you what is
What's
the
the
mark of
math?
the beast. What scripture? Break it out, bro.
It tell you what the mark.
No. Okay, I get that, but I'm asking you.
I ain't got time to tell you all
Exactly, because you
that.
didn't know. You didn't know. You don't know. You don't know. You didn't even know that a man can have
Come on,
multiple
man.
wives.
I ain't gonna break it.
Trying to teach us something.
Hey,
Oh,
I will
this
break
guy's
it.
a joke, man.
Give me, give me
you a
some,
joke,
give me
man.
some paper.
You a
I'll
joke,
break it
man.
down.
You a joke, man. Nah,
you
bro, you
wanna
done.
do.
You a joke, man.
Okay,
Hey, man.
okay.
Give me Jeremiah 5, bro.
Give me
Give me Jeremiah.
paper.
What you got,
If you
bro?
want me to break it down, I'll break it down.
No, they don't need paper. Talk to us, bro. Talk to us.
It's math, man.
All right, go
It's
ahead.
math.
Go ahead, break it down.
It's math.
So what does the breakdown mean? What does that mean in the Greek?
What is one?
No, what does this mean in Greek?
What do you mean? What it mean?
Give me the scripture of what is written in Greek and break it down. What does the whole beast system mean? Break the whole beast system down to me, man.
Let's go.
Come on, I will give you the script. I will give you the scriptures.
You ain't trying.
Okay, all right,
You ain't
bro.
trying.
Matter of fact,
Come
pull
on, Jay.
Revelation 13 and
Come on,
11
Jay.
and start
Come
there
on, Jay.
and break it all down to me. Come on,
Jay.
man.
This Revelation 13 and 11. See,
You
now
gotta go now,
Come
man.
on, Jay. I got my kids with me, man.
Hell nah,
You know what
man.
I'm saying?
Hey, we here every Saturday, man.
Yeah, you come back. You ain't gotta
Everything
you
ain't
come
for
back next week.
Everything ain't for everybody. If y'all had a marker, I would teach y'all
We
something.
don't need a marker.
Yeah,
Hey, we out here, bro. We're verbally.
We here to teach you.
You tell me
You
the
ain't
math.
trying to learn.
You can't teach
You
me,
don't
man.
know.
You can't teach me, man.
He said you can't
I'm
teach.
gonna teach you.
no.
I'm gonna teach you.
All right.
Hey, he just admitted. He said he's unteachable.
I'm unteachable, man.
All right.
Wait. He said it. He said we're stiff-hearted, hard-necked people. He's stiff-hearted.
Hard-necked?
Come on,
Yeah, he's
Jay.
stiff-hearted.
Come on,
He
Jay.
embraces wickedness. He said we ain't out here with no sandals on. Wait a minute, if I go get sandals, don't Esau sell sandals when I be wearing, why does Jordan matter? I got on Nikes, Jordans, Adidas. I got on Payless shoes. I got on sandals. It don't matter.
I'm about to tell you.
If we had no sandals, you'd be proud of us.
No, because you're a hypocrite, man.
You said we can't teach you nothing.
man.
They look good with your look. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's been a hypocrite. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Isaiah 6 and 10.
It is.
It says, Isaiah 6 and 9, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
Hear but don't understand.
And see ye indeed,
You see it. Go ahead.
but perceive not.
Perceive it.
Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes,
You lost, bro.
lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed.
You can't do that. You full of dead man's bones, man. You're unconvertible.
You want to be sick, man.
Yeah, man. You want to be with you. I said break down Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You going to tell me something that's polar opposite.
That's
Embarrassed in front of his kids.
Yeah.
I'd be embarrassed, man.
Yeah, because he didn't have nothing to go off of.
It just wasn't expedient.
Yeah, we weren't expedient, that's all. I took a practical matter and said, can men have
Man, he
multiple
was-
women?
Explain this is not expedient, but
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know what. I'm gonna read that again though. This Isaiah 6 and 9.
That's what, but hey, that's what you deal with. That's Jake. That's our people, man.
Might be jacked up.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it says we're peculiar people, our people. The guy don't know it. Hey, he come back, we just gonna cut his ass short. Go ahead.
Isaiah 6 and 9, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. And see ye indeed, but perceive not.
Perceive not. They don't understand this thing. He said, break that down. No, you break it. I asked you a question, man. You wouldn't have to sign out here if we didn't know what it meant, man.
That's why the brother read the scripture, I'll keep that foot in thy mouth when you come up to the church. Dude kept running his mouth the whole time, we couldn't tell him anything. Bring out a scripture, don't answer. Tap dance around. Bring out about Jake being stiff-hearted and stiff-necked, which clearly, that's exactly what he was doing. So
Alright,
it's
man.
hypocritical, you know. But that's how our people are,
You
man.
funny, man.
Yeah, take care of yourself, man.
Though, brother. We all, hey,
Yeah.
regardless of what we are brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We'll
saying?
see in the kingdom.
We
We'll
all
see in the
brothers,
kingdom.
man.
Hey, you
man.
ain't gonna have more than one wife in the kingdom, though.
Yeah, with that. That's above his pay grade, man.
Jake said, huh?
Man, don't you call him back up here, man. Come on, man. Let him go. He got his kids out here, man.
We'll see, man.
All right.
That might be a good.
Hey, all right, hey, Corey, hey,
That ain't what I'm gonna be.
hey, Corey Holcomb, man. Have a good day, bro.
All right, Jay.
All right, man.
Yeah, this ain't no 5150 podcast, man.
Yeah, man. This ain't no fucking movie of the week bullshit.
Jake gotta realize we the teachers, man.
Yeah, but that's the point I was making. When they see their own people, they don't accept it. He said,
Right,
I'm a
yeah.
man like you, a man. Yeah, I get that. But reality of it is, we're spiritual. We're dealing with the word. You're not. The reason why I stopped you and asked you a question was because I knew you was gonna give a stupid answer like that because you're under the vibration of Babylon the Great. That's why I asked you the question, because I knew you was gonna give that answer. Because to show you that these people, they're not apt to the Most High and they're not apt to teach. You see? That's the reason why the question came out. He took it a whole different level and say something practical. We're not playing schematics up here, man. We're not gonna play that game with you. All right, for one thing, I don't wanna take 10 of these wicked ass women in America as my damn wife. I have a problem dealing with one damn woman.
I don't want
man.
more. I
No,
don't want more than
10
one wife.
It's
on
a
the side.
nigga woman.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't want that.
And if brother deal with women how they did, that's their that's their business. Okay, so be it. But just off the nature of a man, you desire more than one woman because that's in your nature. I never knew not one man unless he's a momo that didn't say, oh, you know what, this is what it is, you know. Even if that's just what it is.
Right? Because
It's like Jake want us to. It's like Esau done already clipped our nuts off. Y'all want to continue to castrate us, man.
right. Because I see an example of this woman in Nigeria, and she came out with the science. It was out of a woman's mouth. She said men are naturally polygamous. She went into the science of it. One man can impregnate almost half the damn world, man.
Well, they
Because he
say
gets constant seed every single
from one ejaculation, you can impregnate
women.
every woman in Europe from just one.
Because sperm is babies. It's living. It's living or it's living. That shows you right there. Polygamy by nature works. This whole monogamous bullshit, it don't work.
Yeah.
It don't
And
work.
I remember that fact from way back in the day when they used to have that animal science, that top 10. Remember that on the Animal Planet and shit? They brought that fact out on there. I was like in second grade. I still remember that shit.
Because it's human nature. It's science. But these people, they don't want us to deal with the true facts.
Right.
They want us to be dumbed down by this philosophy of the white man, man.
That's right.
You know, like it just what it is.
And it's our job to teach all the scriptures. So yes, polygamy is in the scriptures, okay? We're here to speak on it, and that was the whole purpose of calling him out, to edify according to the Bible. It's in there. And there's nothing wrong with it, is what we're trying to get you across. But Jake grew up in here, he got all emotional about it. Well, you got one wife, you got more than one. That's besides the point.
But his first answer was, it's up to the
It's
woman.
up to the woman.
If
Yeah,
a man has
that's
multiple
what I'm
women.
But that's how he really felt. That's why he started tap dancing, because when we called that out and said,
Right.
"Oh, you under the vibration of women," that's why he started tap
That's an
dancing.
feminine answer.
That's because technically honest is up to he's under the vibration of a woman. I do what my woman tell me to do. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you know what?
Right.
That's a punishment to the Israelite men because our women are over us right now, and they're not supposed to be because
Right.
they're under Esau's conglomerate. We call it the Gardanian Pact. Even Esau. Go down there and get married on paper in the court, and you try to leave her ass, she gonna fucking take you for everything you got, man. That's wicked as hell. Go ahead. You got a precept. Go
It's
ahead.
Acts 20 and 26. Wherefore I take to you to record this day that I am pure from the blood of all men. For I have not shunned to declare unto you all the counsel of the Most High.
Man, I wish that would have came out. So the fact that he said, "Oh, it's not expedient," you don't know what expedient means because you don't understand the law. You got to understand how to judge according to the law to know what's benefactor and not. Yes, it is expedient. It's not expedient to have more than one woman or wife, what they would consider courting, but according to the scriptures, it is lawful. All right, so that's why we brought out the point. We got to show you, like we ain't putting homosexuals down either.
Right.
But we still got to teach it according to the scriptures because it's all around us. Therefore, it will make what we're talking about expedient, even if we're not engaging in the act of putting them down.
Right.
That's what they don't understand. Jake don't understand judgment, man.
Right. If we only taught what was expedient, and then we would be committed sin. we can't just cheat splinters and speed it.
Yeah, that's wicked.
That's
wickedness.
off. So him asking us to do that is going off because he doesn't want any accountability for his actions in this world.
You know, he'll be a perfect fit for IUIC.
Right.
Send that nigga to IUIC, man.
But you know what? But you know what? When we went into the whole concept of rape, right? We was going into that. He said, so you can take a woman. According to the Bible, you can take a woman. I mean, according to the scriptures, now it's not expedient to do it. And why would you want to do that? You don't have to take no woman.